Greetings from Copenhagen. On this video I'm going to do two things. I'm going to show you what Copenhagen is like in the build up to Christmas. Is it a place you should come if you want to enjoy a nice break just before the festivities? But second of all, I've got a brand new camera, the DJI Action 5. Is it any good in low light? We're about to find out as I compare it at times to my phone, but also to the DJI Pocket 3. Let's go. All the way along this route, I will give you an A and a B test all the way through. The A is the same camera and the B is the same camera. Let's see if you can think which one is the Pocket 3 and which one is the Action 5. And I forgot to say that at the end of this video, I'm going to take you to one of Copenhagen's most famous attractions, which is all lit up for Christmas. At the moment, it is still technically daylight here, but pretty soon it's going to be dark, so both cameras really will be put through their paces later on in this film. This seems like another good place to test camera A and camera B. You decide, let me know in the comments before the end of the video which one you think is the Pocket 3 and which one the Action 5. Time, I think, for another comparison between the Action 5 and the Pocket 3. Oh, and I think it's about time we tried out the old iPhone and see how that does in this light. It can't be only me that's thinking that must take a lot of work. You can imagine the conversation in July. Hans, it's your turn this year to put up the Christmas lights. That's a lot of work. My tree's more than enough for me. The simplest way to get to the big destination for this video, one of the major tourist spots here in Copenhagen, is thankfully right down the biggest shopping street. So one of the things you may be wondering is, why have an Action 5 and a Pocket 3? Well, the reason is pretty simple. Everyone keeps saying how bad the Pocket 3 is when it gets wet, and I've avoided it at all costs. But you just know, in Europe, in the winter, it's going to snow and rain. So I thought I'd better have a backup for my filming, and that's why I've got the Action 5. And the good news, I wouldn't normally say this, is it's just started to rain, which kind of proves my point about having a backup. And the other thing that I am testing out is the battery on this thing. People say it lasts a long time. Well, so far my filming has cost me 25% of the battery. If you'd like to see more of Copenhagen, of Denmark and of Sweden, a link to a playlist of videos is up on that screen now. If this video is helping you understand whether the Action 5 is any good or whether you want to come to Copenhagen in the summer or just before Christmas, it'd be great if you help take this video to lots more people by hitting a like. Yeah, I find that creepy too. So here it is in front of me, Tivoli. It's in the centre of Copenhagen, and it's said that when it's lit up at night at Christmas, it's a great place to visit. So let's go and test it out, both for the camera and as a place to come if you're feeling particularly Christmassy. If you're enjoying this video, there's lots more to come on this channel, heading to the Baltic states and then to the Canaries for some warmth and a bit of light. To make sure you don't miss out, hit subscribe. You know, I think I've had a bit of a schoolboy error and come to the wrong side of Tivoli to get in. So we're going to have to walk all the way around to where it faces the central train station here in Copenhagen. Where we were at the start of this to try and get into Tivoli by that building lit up saying Tivoli was close to the entrance. And in case you're wondering how the old battery's doing, it's down to 60% left, which we've got to use filming inside there. Just a little further to go then, and we should be in. When will I ever learn? Thank you. Well, if I wasn't feeling Christmassy before, I certainly am now. It's like I've been slapped in the face by a haddock shouting Christmas. It's Christmas everywhere here at Tivoli. What do you make of it? Let me know in the comments. What do you make of how the camera's doing trying to capture it as well? Well, I think it's time for a final test between the Pocket 3, the Action 5, and of course, we can't forget, how does the iPhone do in these dark surroundings? So having been watching the big screen, I think that when I look back at this footage and when you see this footage, it's going to look really bright around here. I can't get over to you how dark it is. Despite all these lights around here, it's a real proper dark night here. So whatever you see with the camera is a really good performance. With DJI, you have an app where you can check what you've shot, and I've just done that. And it's crazy how clear and also how light it makes the surroundings look, because I have to come back to it once again. It's really dark here despite the light that you see all around me. As for if you should come here as a Christmas treat in the weekends before Christmas, I would say definitely yes. Of course, Scandinavia is a little bit more expensive than other places. But you get to experience Tivoli, which you pay for to get into. By the way, the cost is on the screen now. But I think you get a different sort of take than the German or Austrian Christmas market. And it's just something that's a bit different to try. So you're probably wondering, am I going to try that? No, I'm perfectly happy walking around here, chatting with you and having a look at others having a go. So that is the baby version. This next to me is the big version. And it goes a long way up, all the way up there. I know, the queue is not that big. But still no, not for me. But let's watch, see what it looks like. I remember being up there, waiting for this to drop. And then when you think it's not going to drop, it drops. I do have witnesses. I have actually tried that before. Honest. I should say though, if you do want to go on the rides when you come to Tivoli, there is a different price for getting into the grounds for that. I'll put the details on the screen now. Hi, Michael editing at home. Now, which camera was which? Well, camera A was the Pocket 3 and camera B the Action 5. For my money, the better image, unsurprisingly, was the Pocket 3. However, I think the Action 5 did very well. And while the Pocket 3 will be my go-to vlog camera, I can see the Action 5 will be a great backup, particularly in more difficult, wet conditions. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments. And if you're wondering exactly how much battery I've used with how much filming, here are the details. Well, that brings to an end our time here in Copenhagen. If you'd like to see another video from the channel, I went on the Hortin cruise up and down the Norwegian coast, and a link to that video is on the screen now.